breaking news.
Quite frankly, they needed to use deadly force because by doing so, they potentially saved even more lives, even as they lost one of their own.
Officer Dwarte was the best of us. He was someone who put on the uniform of service and went out to try and keep his neighbors safe.
We're continuing to follow breaking news tonight. A West York Borough officer shot dead during a hostage situation at a York County hospital. Police say 49-year-old Diogenes Archangel Ortiz walked into UPMC Memorial with a gun and zip ties, took a staffer hostage, and shot 6 people. The gunman was then shot dead. Thank you for joining us at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm Jasmine Brooks. We have team coverage tonight on all angles of this deadly mass shooting. We're going to start tonight with CBS 21's Andrew Klein. He's been at the hospital since we got word of the shooting this morning. Andrew.
Yeah, Jasmine, the York County, Timothy J. Parker said today Diogenes Archangel Ortiz walked into the UPMC behind me with that bag, inside that bag a handgun and zip ties. The police say the incident began around 10:30 a.m. this morning and it lasted until around 11:13 a.m. and that the shooter was targeting the ICU. Now, upon entering the building, Archangel Ortiz went straight to the ICU and held one of the UPMC staff members hostage. Law enforcement tried to approach Ortiz before he yelled at them to leave the room, which they did in order to attempt to keep the hostage safe. They then regrouped, reassessed, and got into formation to take down the shooter, shooting and killing him. But in the process, one officer from the West York Borough Police Department, Andrew Dwarte, died.
The act of a coward here in this UPMC Memorial Hospital. Let it not be lost on anyone the act of extraordinary bravery and courage by the healthcare workers here, by the law enforcement professionals, the state and local and here at the hospital level, who ran toward danger to keep people safe.
In total, police say 6 people were hit by gunfire, including the fallen officer. 4 people were taken to nearby Wellspring York Hospital to be treated for their injuries at their trauma unit.
In 27 years, it's been very rare that we've had to have a press conference like this in York County.
York County DA Tim Barker says the case is still under investigation, so continue to stick with CBS 21. We'll bring you all the details as we get them. In West Manchester Township, Andrew Klein, CBS 21 News.
Andrew, thank you. West York Borough is mourning the loss of their officer, Andrew Dwarte. According to his LinkedIn page, he was a law enforcement veteran who joined the department in 2022 after 5 years with the Denver Police Department in Colorado. He received a Hero Award in 2021 from Mothers Against Drunk Driving for his work in impaired driving enforcement. West York Borough's Facebook page posted, quote, "We ask that the community come together in solidarity, respect, and prayer at this time as broken hearts mourn. You are welcome to lay flowers in a show of support and respect at 1381 West Poplar Street." And that is where we find our Joel D. Smith tonight. He's there talking about how the West York community is sharing this loss together. Joel?
So, Jasmine, this is where Officer Dwarte came to work for the past 3 years. Tonight is where this community is coming together to pay their respects. As you can see behind me, this has just been a growing memorial throughout the afternoon into the evening. So many flowers, you see some candles, and no doubt this is going to keep on growing throughout the night. People will be coming here for a vigil that starts at 7 o'clock as well. You know, this is the memorial that's been impressive for a while now, but it's not surprising in this tight-knit community that's coming together to show its support for these people who put their lives on the line every day, never knowing which day could be the dangerous one. It's a 13-member police department here at West York. We talked to the borough manager. He used to be the mayor as well, so this has been a part of the community for him for decades. And he says in all that time, he can't remember the last time an officer was killed in the line of duty until now.
And again, just has come to work every day to serve West York Borough well, and in our minds and everybody else's, he's a hero. And just want to say to him, Godspeed, my friend, and thank you for your service. And I know all of us feel the same exact way today.
Got a chance to talk to some of the people who have come by. Many of them never knew Officer Dwarte, but they still knew they needed to come here and show their support. We expect more of those people to be here very soon at 7 o'clock for this vigil. They say to bring those candles, bring especially the LED candles, and of course, lots of love. I'm Joel D. Smith in West York. Back to you.
Thank you, Joel D. Governor Josh Shapiro is ordering U.S. and state flags to be flown at half-staff today in honor of Officer Dwarte. This includes all public buildings and grounds across the Commonwealth. The governor says the flag should remain at half-staff until otherwise noted. Southern Regional Police are saying, quote, "May his memory and legacy of service live on in all who knew him. Rest in peace, Officer Dwarte. You will never be forgotten." And the North Cadorus Township Fire Company says our thoughts and prayers go out to West York Police Department and families, and to those first responders in today's tragic event. Now, on top of Officer Dwarte, we do know that several other officers were injured today. Our live team coverage continues with TJ Anthony with what we know about the other victims in this shooting. TJ?
Yeah, Jasmine, right now I'm live outside of Wellspring York Hospital. That's where those other victims are recovering today following today's mass shooting. Now, as the night goes on, we're continuing to learn more about the situation and also the victims. So far, we do know that 6 people were shot. 3 were medical personnel, a custodian, a nurse, and a doctor, along with 3 law enforcement officers. Unfortunately, all did not survive. We do know that officer's name is Andrew Dwarte, who was shot and killed. The situation as a whole, though, will impact this community forever. None of those people knew they would come to work and not know they may not return home.
Something like this should never, ever happen in your place of work. And we'll continue to work with you, our state and local leaders, to make sure that you have the resources and the services you need to be able to perform your functions.
And Governor Josh Shapiro went on to say that UPMC will provide people with what they need in order to just try to heal from just such a traumatic situation. But guys, the community really did step up when they needed to. Here at Wellspring York Hospital, we know that they got the call about what was going on around 11 a.m. And within that next hour, that first patient arrived to the hospital to get treated for their injuries. And the community support will continue just throughout these months to come. I'm reporting live in York. I'm TJ Anthony, CBS 21 News. Back to you.
All right, TJ, thank you. We're learning more about the man who officials say committed this mass shooting. 49-year-old Diogenes Archangel Ortiz. We found 2 dockets out of York County, one from just a little more than a week ago. He was charged with driving a car with a suspended or revoked license. Back in 2016, he was also charged with contempt for violation of order of agreement. We weren't able to get a mugshot yet. Of course, we're working on that for you. U.S. Senator John Fetterman sharing his thoughts today on X. He says, quote, "A senseless shooting at UPMC Memorial Hospital in York, my hometown. A place of healing turned into a tragedy. My family grieves for the family of the heroic West York Borough police officer Andrew Dwarte, who put his life on the line to protect others." UPMC has set up 2 numbers for people to call if they have a loved one in the hospital. Here they are on your screen: 717-849-5338 or 717-849-5334. We are staying on top of this deadly mass shooting as new information comes into the newsroom. Stay up to date on all of our coverage. Search Local 21 CBS News on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.